After a very underwhelming defeat during the Lost Sands event way back in June, fans were met with a somewhat small change when the fog cleared at the Golden Sands Outpost. Following the patch after this, the inhabitants had returned and rebuilding began to take place. Now fast forward to today, 4 months later, and the makeover process has begun a new Golden Sands, and it's really interesting to say the least. After Merrick's victory, the Pirate Lord pledged to take a more vested interest in the protection of the beloved outpost, and Ramsey has now decided to get off his backside to do it. Starting off with the most mundane change, the jetty by the shipwright is now fully repaired, as are the ones that lead to the tavern. Oh, and the crane is gone too, which I'm really gonna miss. With the looming resurrection of Captain Flameheart, it's high time the citizens of Golden Sands start preparing for the inevitable escalation. And how are they going to do it? With stone emplacements, of course. Along the outside of the islands, we can see the foundations of stone walls, mainly on the east, west and south sides of the islands. Those of you who are familiar with the Sea Fort and the Captains of the Dam's Tall Tale will see the stone is similar from the buildings there. The Sea of Thieves is still very much a wild frontier, which Mike Chapman has touched upon several times, and the golden age of piracy is yet to come. The outposts are designed to have this fresh and temporary feel to them. They're semi-permanent dwellings and very primitive. This was partially due to the lack of building materials available on the Sea of Thieves. However, New Golden Sands has managed to get around that issue and has begun to introduce stone to its architecture. We can see these stones being moved around, so they could be using them as building material. It is more likely that this derives from the Sea of the Damned, and the Pirate Lord is bringing the stone into the Sea of Thieves, as we know that memories from the Sea of the Damned can be manifested into physical objects. If we head to the east side, we can see this trench where the foundation is being dug for another stone wall. The water tower has been dismantled, which is a strange choice, but this must mean it's being moved elsewhere. Over to the northeast, we have this awesome staircase, which shows us we'll be able to climb the walls once they're completed. It also suggests the walls will be a single large structure running outside of the outpost, completely encircling it. If we head over to the south near the tavern, we can also spy the walls going right up to the water, telling us Golden Sands will not be so golden anymore. It really does seem like this is just a blueprint of a grander design, where this will be even more striking when completed than what we thought. If we head over to the west/southwest side near the bridge, there's a hole dug into the ground with wood to prevent the sea from rushing into the hole. I have no idea what they're planning on doing here. Could it possibly be a foundation for the wall or a rampart? I think this is really cool. It even has a little ladder that you can climb up to get out of the hole if you choose to jump down. All around the island we can see some deforestation of the palm trees. The land is being cleared and the wood is being used to rebuild the outpost. Looks like Merrick needed those wood planks more than the 84 million bottles you guys generated. Behind the shops, some more palm trees have been chopped down, and if you look carefully, the trunks have been split in half, placing flowers in them as little troughs. It seriously looks like the changes are going to be so massive, they're looking to preserve some greenery during the process, or they just want to decorate the island. This is strange when you consider the wall could just surround the outpost, and the vegetation could survive inside. I wonder why they want to do this. Other than that, that about covers the outpost changes in this update. There were definitely no other map changes at all, nowhere else on the map. Absolutely none. Although the new Golden Sands changes do make me more positive about the outpost being saved, simply because the changes look so much more profound than the initial speculation. It does also prove that both sides would do massive changes regardless of the outcome of Lost Sands. Seeing some stone on the normal islands is absolutely huge for the game as well. It's also really interesting to see what can be done for evolving the map, and I really hope these choices into 2023 have us deciding the fate of more islands, or just general expansions to the map anyway. I would love something to happen to the northern island of the Reaper's hideout next. I am genuinely really excited about the next few weeks for Sea of Thieves, and this is just the first part of a slew of great content coming to the game. This is just a short video today to keep you guys updated. We should be back to a full-length one coming later this week, and make sure you subscribe for that. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.